So I was watching Raw this past Monday, and one of the funniest scenes I've seen in wrestling was when it was during Roman Reigns and Sheamus. Not the match itself, but it was during my boy Cockfist and Sheamus, when all of a sudden I heard Bray Wyatt starting to sing, I'm a little deeper, sure it's step. Here is my handle, here is my drop to like Roman Reigns' daughter and stuff. I was like, the fuck? And then it got me thinking, I'm like, holy crap. The WWE has completely ruined Bray Wyatt. And it's so sad how they have ruined such a great, compelling character. This should be a character that I should love. This should be a character that says, hey, you want to know why I watch professional wrestling? It's Bray fucking Wyatt. This is the reason why I watch professional wrestling. This dude is awesome. But instead, I'm sitting here saying how pathetic he is. I make fun of him in a lot of my videos. You guys know, if you guys watch my channel, when I used to do the Raw reviews every week, anytime Bray Wyatt would cut one of his lame-ass promos, I would freaking turn on my flashlight and do the same thing and mimic him. I did it in my Money in the Bank video. He's become like a joke character on my channel. And then when it comes down to it, Bray Wyatt himself is just uninteresting. I mean, really, to be honest, guys, Bray Wyatt, yeah, he can cut a fucking promo. I ain't gonna deny it. He can cut a good promo. But seriously, that's all he is. That's all he can do is cut a good promo. That's all the WWE makes him do. Literally, this is a Bray Wyatt feud in a nutshell. Some dude is about to win some match, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, what happened, kid? I don't know, Michael. It went out on lights, and then all of a sudden, there's Wyatt in the middle of the ring. Wyatt's in the middle of the ring, and then Bray Wyatt does something to that guy, and then Bray Wyatt has no reason why he's facing this guy. He just goes, hey guys, I'm here to face you. I'm the new face of Bill. I'm Bray Wyatt. And then he just goes on a promo that everyone's like, Bray Wyatt cut a promo. And it's just like, oh my god, like, is that really all that matters to you guys? Bray Wyatt can cut a promo? Seriously, is that all Bray Wyatt is? It's just a promo dude. Because, and then afterwards, Bray Wyatt feuds with this dude, and then he loses most of the time to this dude. Like, Bray Wyatt doesn't even win these matches. He loses to them. And if he does win, it's not like in a way where it's like, oh, Bray Wyatt won on his own. Where Bray Wyatt showed how brutally and dominating he is. Like, the only time where he has won on his own in a dominating way was against Daniel Bryan. That was the only time where I felt like they used Bray Wyatt super correctly. I mean, they showed how vicious Bray Wyatt could be in that Daniel Bryan match because he hit the Sister Abigail onto the outside, onto the barricade, and then hit the Sister Abigail inside the ring. That showed how dominant Bray Wyatt could be. But all the other times he has won in his feuds with John Cena, the only time he won against John Cena was because a demonic kid picked up a microphone, was like, he got the whole world in his hands. And John Cena was so scared of that, and he fell into the Sister Abigail. He only beat Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose had a TV explode in his fucking face. Yeah. That's the only reason why he beat Dean Ambrose, because Dean Ambrose had a TV explode in his flipping face. He barely could beat Ryback. I mean, I love the big guy. I love Ryback, but he could barely beat Ryback. He had to have an exposed turnbuckle to beat Ryback. Okay. Time out here. You telling me you have to protect Ryback in a loss? You have to protect Ryback. You can't just let Bray Wyatt go over here. Let me just say this. I'm more of a Ryback fan than I am a Bray Wyatt fan. But even if I was booking the WWE, I would think, you know, Bray Wyatt's a much more interesting character than Ryback. There's no denying that. Bray Wyatt's a more interesting character than Ryback. I feel like we could get more out of Bray Wyatt in 10 years than I could of a Ryback character. Like, a Ryback character is something that gets over for like 5 years, and then you kind of just are like, okay, we will find out what we do with you later, but this guy we need to worry about right now. Bray Wyatt's a guy that you should be building around for a fucking future. That's what you should be doing with him. But no, you freaking don't make him win against a big, dominant guy like Ryback. You don't make it where it's like, oh, dang, Bray Wyatt can handle anyone, any size. That's how powerful this man is. No, instead, he loses. He wins, but he has to freaking use an exposed turnbuckle to beat him. See, the way they use Bray Wyatt is just so dumb and so stupid. And it has just ruined what could have been a really good character. Now, the good thing about this is that Bray Wyatt is a young dude. So they have time to, recover from a lot of the bullshit that they have done with him. But when you think about it, it's just like, it's hard to think about that Bray Wyatt can recover in today's WWE. Because today's WWE seems to like to screw the pooch on a lot of the great feuds and a lot of the great characters that they do have at their arsenal. And it's just like, when I think of like, you know, the great creepy characters throughout WWE, you always remember how they started. You always remember the beginning of their career. You remember Kane's beginning. You remember The Undertaker's beginning. You remember Gangrel's beginning in the WWE. But when it comes to Bray Wyatt, you're going to remember it, and you're going to remember that the fans were chanting Husky Harris in his debut. You're going to remember that he feuded with Kane first. Like, ugh, Kane. You're going to remember how the biggest feud that he had was with John Cena. Probably his best feud. If you want to look at it right now, the John Cena feud was Bray Wyatt's best feud. And that's the feud where his career pretty much got to a standpoint. I mean, seriously here. Bray Wyatt is a character that the WWE has ruined. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they have done to this guy. I don't know if it's the guy who plays Bray Wyatt who thinks that, oh, you know, what he's doing is awesome. I don't know if Vince and Kevin Dunn think what they're doing is awesome. I don't know if this is a Triple H booking idea, and Triple H is like, Bray, we're going to treat you like you're like a special attraction type character. When really, to be honest, Bray Wyatt doesn't feel like a special attraction type character. Bray Wyatt doesn't even scream fear to me. When Bray Wyatt comes on, I laugh. I think it's funny. When he was doing that whole, you know, that segment right there where Bray Wyatt's singing, to like, he got the My Little Teapot song to Roman Reigns' daughter. That shit right there should be something that is super fucking scary. Should be like, oh my fucking god, that haunts me. But really, to be honest, Bray Wyatt has been such a joke that I didn't find it scary or haunting whatsoever. I just found it hilarious. I was laughing at this. WWE, you have a problem. You're ruining one of your young stars in Bray Wyatt. What has happened to Bray Wyatt, I don't know. I don't know what has happened to this young man. But you need to fix it. Because otherwise, you're losing probably one of the most interesting dudes that you have on the roster. Because I think Bray Wyatt would be one of those guys that, you know, there's always those guys where we talk about like the Shelton Benjamins, you know, Ziggler could fall in that category. You know, there's a bunch of guys where we talk about like, god damn, the WWE should have done something with them. But I think if we mention Bray Wyatt's probably the biggest one where we're going to be like, god damn, why didn't the WWE do something with them? Because, yeah, Shelton Benjamin, great talent. Ziggler, great talent. You know, the other guys that you can name, great talents. But Bray Wyatt, his first ever major WrestleMania feud was against John Cena. He was a guy that faced The Undertaker this past WrestleMania. You would think that this guy is like a former, like if you were to tell a casual wrestling fan that who Bray Wyatt has faced at WrestleMania, or just someone who barely watches wrestling, they would probably think Bray Wyatt's like a former world champion, probably like a Goldberg-like character, a Lesnar-like character, someone that has like multiple world titles to him. And yet if we showed him what Bray Wyatt's doing now, he doesn't feel like that big deal star. He doesn't feel like a dude who has feuded with John Cena at WrestleMania and who has feuded with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't know, guys. What do you think about Bray Wyatt? Has the WWE ruined one of their best stars? What are they doing with him? What do you think is wrong with the Bray Wyatt character? You know, I'll end this video on a positive note. What I do like about Bray Wyatt is that he does feel different than most of the wrestlers today. He does cut pretty good promos, even though they're kind of like the same generic shit. He does cut pretty good promos. I just wish WWE would make him wrestle more in the ring, just to show how dominant this guy can be, just to show how aggressive and ruthless he can be. That's just me. But I think Bray Wyatt has a lot of potential to be a pretty big star for the company. It's just that the WWE, they just don't want to do it. I don't know. I don't get it. So what do you think is wrong with the Bray Wyatt character? What is WWE doing with the Bray Wyatt character? Leave that all in the comment section down below. If you guys like me, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. I'll see you all next time. Peace.